Today we continue with our class Kosher Kitchen, and this session and all of them should be dedicated to our dear Rabbi Lerner, to his Refuah Shlema. His name is Yaron Ben Doris. Also Refuah Shlema Yehudis Bas Noach, Ariela Ora Bas Anna, Yemim Rasi Rachel Bas Brindel, David Shlomo Ben Sandra, and also a quick release of our dear friend Moshe Shmuel Ben Pnina, and safety of our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel and Iran. Okay. So we continue today with our class Kosher Kitchen, and we're on chapter number 18, and our topic is Tevilah Kelim. So up to now we're talking a lot about what kelim in utensils, what required Tevilah, what not required, with the blessing, without the blessing, right? Last time we said what is the mikveh, right? Preparation. Okay, so now we're going to subsection E, and our topic the Brocha recited on Tevilah. Okay, so before immersing the utensil into the mikveh, one recite the Brocha. One who immerses so I mean the beginning is exactly the same. I'm not going to read, but al Tevilah's keli. So meaning keli is if you have one keli, like one utensil, or kelim if you have multiple. So Baruch Atah Hashem, everything is exactly the same. So meaning you would say in plural. You would say in plural, even if other things that you're going to Tovel is questionable, right? So there is no problem to say in a plural form. Okay. So continue. Okay. One who immerses the utensil without reciting bracha has lost the opportunity to recite bracha. One may not recite bracha and repeat Tevilah, since the second Tevilah has no purpose or validity. Okay. One who immersed several utensils but forgot to recite bracha on the first utensil should recite bracha on any utensil yet to be immersed. That's amazing tip. Okay. I mean it's very simple, very logical, but right, it's very interesting. Continue. One who is uncertain whether utensil required Tevilah should immerse without reciting bracha. Okay. Poskim advise that one should, if possible, wait until he has another vessel that required Tevilah with bracha, and then immerse them both. Okay. If one cannot wait for the availability of another utensil, right, the bracha should be recited verbally. Should be said verbally, while the Shem should be said only mentally. Okay, so let's we're going to explain it now. Okay, so let's review this quickly. So from the beginning, so again about the blessing. At the beginning is the same. Asher Kiddishonu b'Mitzvot v'Tzivanu, right? And then al Tevilah's kelim in a plural. The translation who obligated us to dip the vessels. Okay. Somehow they do not translate, but that's approximate translation. So you can check in your siddur whatever it says. You can, if you want to say in English, you can say in English. There is no problem. Okay. So vessel or vessel, vessels or vessel. Okay. Keli or kelim. So continue. One who immerses the utensil without reciting bracha lost the opportunity to recite bracha. So meaning technically, if you did just dip the thing after the fact, that's it. The thing is done. So blessing is a separate part. So it's of course they should go hand in hand together. But after the fact, so if you dip the utensil, that's it. So it's too late. I give you a good example maybe. So if person forgot completely. I mean, he knows for sure. I don't want to put it in questionable situation. So person put tefillin, right, and then did I say the blessing? Or I did not say. I say for sure I did not say blessing. So because he remembered now that he has in his mind has for shalom, he was thinking about work. So now, right, you have to move tefillin since it was put already. So you have to put put it as on a right position, then make the blessing. Okay. So right, if you're not sure, okay. So now you do blessing with the action. So same, but here that's it. The action is done. The action is done. Okay. Repeat Tevilah, second Tevilah, right. So meaning if a person is going to try to say Tevilah, blessing on another Tevilah, like deepen, it's going to be blessing in vain. Why? Because this vessel does not require any Tevilah. It's already was immersed, which is problematic. So second thing that he said, the one who immerses several vessels but forgot to recite bracha on the first one, on the first utensil, should recite on the next utensil that must that he should Tovel with a blessing. So for example, if he had only one thing that required the blessing and he dipped it first and did not say the blessing, that's it. So he continued Tovel without the blessing. So that's why it is very important, like when we do things to be in to do it in organized fashion. So meaning I have a glass utensil, whatever jar, whatever container I have, right? So I'm or some metal, right? I'm going to say the blessing on it, right? So right, I'm going to dip it first, say the blessing, and then everything is going to follow. So I mean, if you have this mental awareness, that's the best. Okay. So and sometimes if you go to public mikvah, so I'm planning HaShem's family asked me to go to the public mikvah. So don't go when there are a lot of people, because everybody's nervous. Some people that park in a double park, some like baby in the car, this and that. I mean, like if you're going to think what to do, so you're going to be put yourself under a lot of pressure from other people, even though they're nice, but they want you to finish faster. You understand? So you have to be prepared. So I would advise not to go at that time. Okay. Continue. One who is uncertain whether utensil require Tevilah should immerse it without requiring Tevilah. Right. So you're not sure with some pot with a coating. So most likely it does not require. Maybe yes, maybe no. So do it without Tevilah, without blessing. Right, and he said further, Poskim advised that one should, if possible, wait until he has another vessel that requires Tevilah with a blessing, right, and then immerse them both. So I mean, if you have time to wait, time is not of no essence. Yeah, if you bought something on the internet and it says it's coming next Tuesday, maybe you can wait till. But if you need this utensil, whatever you need to cook for Shabbos, of course you should not wait. You go and Tovel without blessing, and that's it. But here it's like a very practical advice. Right, and it says in commentary, said the bracha should be recited in plural, kelim, since one is immersed in two utensils. Okay, so I mean we said it on the previous page, right? So even though we're not sure if this required the blessing, so you say kelim. Okay. Continue. If one cannot wait for the availability of another utensil, the bracha should be recited verbally, while Shem, the Shem meaning Hashem's name, right? Shem, should be said only mentally. So meaning a person does not is not sure whether he should say the blessing on this thing or not. I mean, I think at the end of this chapter, he's going to go utensil by utensil and tell us exactly on what utensil to say the blessing, what utensil you don't say the blessing. Or, of course, we're going to see some things like some exception. Maybe today they do like they make from different materials, but we'll see. BeEzrat Hashem. So meaning Hashem's name, say mentally. I mean, in my mind, it's not such an easy thing to do, since you got used to say the whole blessing out loud. So if you make yourself a no to something, maybe then so like stop on Hashem's name, okay, and don't say it verbally, okay, but that's what it is. All right. So next one, subsection F, Tevilah itself. Okay. The Tevilah is accomplished by the vessel being in the water, not the conscious act of in the water, not the conscious act of immersing. Thus, even one immerses the vessel unintentionally, or even if the vessel fell into the water, the Tevilah is valid. However, the Brocha may no longer be recited. Similar Tevilah performed by a minor or a non-Jew is valid. So, okay, we're going to discuss these things. However, one may not rely on either Tevilah unless the Tevilah is supervised by a Jewish adult. Okay. Tell the truth. I saw a family come with kids. Did they allow? Maybe they did not allow it because I think maybe because it's dangerous, it's heavy, so they would not allow. But plus, if I was them and people are waiting, so maybe they would not do it. But otherwise, if they come and there is nobody else, and there is your boy 9 years old, 10 years old, and he wants to do it, yeah, let him do it. Okay, but you stand by and you supervise. Make sure, for example, if a jar, as we said, you put it upside down and make sure that there is no air. So it would take some time. Right? That's what you do. Right. The Brocha may not be recited by supervising adult, since he is not performing the Tevilah. If a minor does Tevilah, the Brocha may be recited by the minor himself. Right, and as on anything else, right? He should say the blessing, or like Nitlas Yadayim, everything, okay? Because it's the separate mitzvah. One who supervises non-Jew doing Tevilah should recite the Brocha on one utensil, immerse it, and supervise the non-Jew while he immerses the remaining vessels. Okay. So let's do this part. He's very he gives us very practical tips. Very good, very diligent. Okay. So again, the Tevilah itself. Tevilah accomplished by the vessel being in the water, right? And as we said, I think last time we said at one time. So you have to dip completely. When we do koshering, we said, yeah, you can do it by part. You can kosher one part and turn around. For example, you have a big frying pan, so you can do it in sections. But here, Tevilah, you do all at once, because as we said before, the 40 seah, it's pretty big thing, right? So you can do it all at once. Or even if it's a stream of water, right? It's not so much water. Still, it has to be deep enough for your vessel to be immersed completely. Okay. Right. Okay. So again, Tevilah is accompanied by the vessel being in the water. So being is underscored, right? Underscored in the water, not conscious act of immersion. So meaning what? It's very interesting. Thus, even if one immerses a vessel unintentionally, or even if the vessel fell into the water, Tevilah is valid. So, right, fell into the water, right, Tevilah is valid. Okay. which is good. Okay. However, the bracha may no longer be recited. So even if it was not his intention, and it fell from his hand, he had a glass cup or something, right, and fell from his hand. So that's it, right? Hopefully, it did not break, right? So he can no longer say a blessing. Okay. However, okay, one second. Continue. Similar Tevilah performed by a minor or a non-Jew is valid. So I mean, if you like, he underscored for us the word being in the water, right? So meaning being in the water, if it fell by itself, right? We did not do anything consciously, so it is valid. So needless to say, if a child did it, but if it fell by itself, so you saw it for sure, right? You took it out, so that's understandable. But here we say that. If a child did it and he told you that he did it, and sometimes children don't say the truth, right? To put it mildly. I mean, they live in their fantasy land, and sometimes they say they do things and actually they don't, and you have to, parents know that you have to ask them twice or three times to make sure that what they're saying actually is true. Not because they're bad kids, chas v'shalom, but because they sometimes they believe in whatever they say. They imagine things. All right. So meaning kids that you cannot rely on them 100%. So Tevilah, right, must be supervised by a Jewish adult. Commentary: since neither can be relied upon to do Tevilah with a proper intention to all details. Okay, no problem. All details. So meaning all details that it would be completely underwater. Right, and there would be no air bubbles inside. Right? Can you rely on the child like he does not know what an air bubble is? So what does it mean? It was in the water, right? But if you put cup or some jar, right, quickly into water and then take out, it's not Tevilah. There's still some air in there, right? Or he puts like upside down, right? Also not going to work out, right? So that's why if it fell in the water by itself, you take it out of the water, no problem. So for sure you saw that there is no air and it was immersed completely. But with the kids, you don't know. Be Jewish, non-Jewish, doesn't matter. Continue. The bracha may not be recited by a supervising adult, since he is not performing the Tevilah. Right. A minor does not. If a minor does Tevilah, so meaning Jewish minor, the bracha may be recited by the minor himself, right? No problem. So as we said, as he can do on any other mitzvahs, so he can do on this. And we have to get involved children in this. So they actually very proud that they're going to tell the whole day or the whole month about how they were allowed to do Tevilah, and the mother was standing by and he was doing, or she was doing all of the work, right? To let them, right, do the mitzvah. Okay. So, but our job is to supervise, of course. One who supervises a non-Jew doing Tevilah should recite the bracha on the utensil. So meaning, right, so meaning if non-Jew has no connection with this mitzvah at all. Jewish child, yes, time is going to come. He or she is going to be obligated 100%, but non-Jewish kid, nothing. Never he's going to be obligated. So that's why he's saying do one utensil by yourself and let this non-Jew continue to do Tevilah for other things. All others, okay. Okay, so now we have in this gray box, so meaning it's something very important. Tevilah in a store mikveh. So that's what we use. One who purchases silverware, for example, in a Jewish-owned store that has its own mikveh, may request the non-Jewish attendant to immerse in a mikveh, providing that the mikveh under supervision of competent authority, buyer immerses at least one piece. Buyer immerses at least one piece, and recites bracha. He supervises the immersion of each piece of silverware to ensure that they immerse properly. Okay, so it's very interesting. So this, what is his name? Moshe Shmuel. So this Moshe Shmuel Ben Pnina that we've been praying for a long time now, for his quick release. So he told me that when he was a teenager in high school, right? So he was working in this kind of gift shop, right? They would call it a gift shop, but they sell silver plates, all of these things, right? And he was the one to do the total in the mikvah. So the store was so busy. He said he was constantly running back and forth, but the mikvah was on the back of the store. It's like there's some kind of backyard, the way I understand, right? And he would dip there. But since he was a Jew, and I think yes, he was a teenager, I don't know, 15, 16 years old, 17, so he was trusted. But here, right, and he said, right, right, what did he say? He said many stories about this mikvah basically. But if it's a non-Jew who is working, so you have to go with this non-Jew to the back of the store, right, where they have a mikvah, and dip with him one utensil, then supervise others. Not sure if this store owner, it's a good idea to let customers through all of the storage to inside of the store, but of course they can do whatever they want. But that's the proper way. So again, even if non-Jew is going to do the rest of the things for you, so meaning you have to supervise. So of course it's better to do it with when two people, or somebody taking out of the packages, another one is dipping, and then another one is putting band back to the packages. Otherwise it takes a very long time to do it by one person. Okay, so let's see how long is it, and we're going to the next section, which is electrical appliances. Okay. A common problem today is that the Tevilah of electrical appliances, in opinion of almost all, so almost all is underlined, poskim, electrical appliances require Tevilah. Okay, so I'm going to go back to later on to the note. Although most appliances carry a warning label, do not immerse in water, most electrical appliances can be immersed in the mikveh without any permanent damage. Understandably, one may hesitate to risk damage to the utensil. However, he should be perfectly clear that the problem in immersing a utensil is no justification to use without Tevilah. Then underscored phrase is a utensil that cannot be immersed should not be purchased. So we're very interesting, right? Very straightforward. Okay, so let's do this review before we go into details. So again, so according to most of the poskim, all of the utensils, all the electrical appliances must be immersed. So meaning all of the appliances that touch the food itself, right? Electrical. So many times today, of course, you need to tovel them completely. But for example, if you have like electric toaster or something, toaster is a different story. Like an electric oven, so you just remove the trays, and you tovel only the trays, or you have some slow cooker or a pressure cooker, whatever you have. So you just immerse the thing, the pot. Usually it's stainless, or it's usually stainless. Is it possible the ceramic? Maybe ceramic as well. Okay, right. And a lid. So the lid also sometimes touch the food. Yeah, but other things, right? Usually you can disassemble things. Disassemble and immerse only what needs to be immersed. Okay, right. But almost all of the poskim said that you must tovel. So although most appliances carry a warning label, do not immerse in the water, right? Most electrical appliances can be immersed in the mikveh without permanent damage. So, but here we have to be careful. So some people prefer the natural body of water, like ocean or something. So I would not recommend to immerse into ocean. So you have to immerse in fresh water. So in the mikveh, the problem with the mikveh also, what's the problem with the mikveh? There is a Clorox. It's going to stink for some time. So meaning if you can immerse in the mikveh, then wipe with some wet something, paper towel or something when you get home, like with a soap, or clean with some some solution. So it would be the best. Okay. Right. So technically, even though it says do not immerse, so technically you can immerse. Of course, let it dry for 1 day or whatever, for 2 days. So to make sure that they dried completely, but you can do that. Understandably, one may hesitate to risk damage the utensil, right? So, however, it should be perfectly clear that the problem in immersing a utensil is no justification to use without Tevilah, right? So, meaning if the rule is if you cannot immerse, so if you're not going to immerse, so don't buy it. So today, he's going to offer us a solution. But today there are many Jewish stores, even online. So we have a few local stores. So you go there, you buy all of the appliances. It says like that they do not require immersion. Why? Because they were made by Jews. Right? What is it? Made by Jews. Jews disassemble whatever the important parts, and then assemble back, and that's it. So made by a Jew, like last fixed was last step of the making this utensil was done by a Jew. So no need to immerse it. So I think that's the straightforward, the easiest avenue. Right? Then to Tovel with the motor, with everything, with all the electrical contacts. Okay, maybe right now there is no problem, but since water went there, so you can the damage there is. You have Clorox, or you have if somebody did it in the ocean, for sure there is a problem. Maybe not right away, but for sure the utensil is spoiled. Okay. So then 1 second. There is one commentary. It says response to Igras Moshe. Yorediah 157. Okay. Poskim thoroughly reject the connection Halachos Yaakov that electric immersion, electric immersion heaters are exempt from Tevilah, since it works only while connected to the grounded socket. In addition, I'm not sure what it means. In addition, Halachos Yaakov offered this opinion only with regard to immersion heater that has no use when not plugged into the outlet. However, the water urn and similar utensil contain the water even when they're even not functional electrically. I'm not sure if we need this commentary, but quickly. Paskim thoroughly reject Halachos Yaakov, the electric immersion heater. Electric immersion heater. So I think it's like the heater that travel heater, whatever they call it, that you put in your cup and you boil the water in there, is exempt from Tevilah, since it works only while connected to the ground socket. Okay. In addition, Halachos Yaakov offered this opinion only with regard to immersion heater that has no use while plugged into the outlet. However, the water in urn and similar utensil contain the water, even when no functional electric. I'm not sure if we need this thing. Okay, the majority of Paskim do not agree with him. So, meaning in the urn you can store the water if you want, technically. So, of course, it's for the hot water. But if you want to unplug it, even right, and it would work like a thermos for us. I don't know how, for a few hours for sure. It's going to keep the water hot, right? Or you can you use it as a water storage, right? Cold water. Cold room temperature. There is no problem. So okay, so that's the thing. Okay, but for us, just so we know, all of the utensils that electrical utensils that touch the food must go into the mikveh. Okay, which utensils require tevilah? So now we're going to go one by one. And how should the tevilah be done? Okay. Number one, which appliances require tevilah? Okay. A. Which appliance? Appliances do not come into direct contact with food. As noted in section 1, C, that only vessels that come into direct contact with food require tevilah. Any electrical appliances with a removable tray requires tevilah only for tray, for example, right, or for a knife or whatever is it, right, but not for the whole mortar. Usually, as I said, I mean, of course, like if you use this with the food, you have to wash them, right? They have to be separate from the mortar. Okay, so the only the thing that like in my mind that is everything is attached, maybe. No, actually, this water or everything is attached, or a toaster. Also, like there's nothing to remove. Okay. So again, okay. So we start. For example, electrical toaster oven does not require tevilah since the food does not touch the oven itself. The rack or tray, however, require tevilah since the food itself is often placed directly on a tray or a rack. Okay, so which is makes sense. It's not a big deal. Nothing, right? Not a big deal. Okay. So again, electric toaster oven, but the one with the door, right? Right. So you just remove the trays, and the rest of the body does not need to go to the mikveh. Electric hot plate does not require tevilah since the food is usually placed in a dish or completely wrapped in foil. Food is not put directly on a hot plate surface. So that's not exactly true with some people. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so again, let's read it again and we're going to review. Right, and we see how is it connected to Pesach actually. Right, so again, the electrical hot plate does not require tevilah since the food is usually placed in a dish or commonly wrapped in a foil. So if you go by the Ashkenazi tradition, so we actually don't do it like directly even on this hot plate. So we do like inverted vessel, whatever is it, like an aluminum tray, and then on that tray you put some tray with the food. So meaning it never touches anything, right? It's not even on the tray itself. It's not even the container that contain this food is on a tray. I mean, some of course you can put some of them, but usually we do it through inverted vessel. Right. Okay, so but some people they like to warm challah. That's the problem. So usually what we say, you take this aluminum container, right, the regular, and put your challah in there, and that's how you should warm up the challah. But don't put it on a tray itself. Why? For example, if you want to use this tray for what is it for Pesach, is going to be a problem. Right, so it's going to be a problem. But if food never touched the surface of this hot tray, it's easier to kosher it. Okay. All right. So next one, slow cooker with removable insert does not require tevilah. The ceramic insert requires tevilah without bracha, right? As do all ceramic vessels. A slow cooker with a non-removable insert requires tevilah in its entirety. Okay, so let's try to understand. So again, you have a slow cooker with removable insert. So I mean, today some of them with ceramic insert. You still have to insert. Some of them with stainless steel. Okay, still you have to immerse. So this ceramic you with deep with a Tovel without blessing. Okay. Slow cook is that is not removable. Insert required Tevilah entirely. I'm not sure what does it mean. Tell the truth. I mean, how you? But you need to wash it. How you want to wash it? I have not seen this kind of slow cookers. For me, it just does not make sense. Like you need to wash it under the water. Sometimes, right? The stuff gets stuck to it, so you have to soak it in the water, right? So I'm not sure what does it mean. Like it's one piece. Okay. But okay, so let's say theoretically, if you have something like that, so you would need to do it completely. I think would be example would be if you have some kind of blender, like handheld blender, and right. So in this case, yeah, you would need to immerse it as well completely. It does not disassemble. Does not disassemble. I think all of this, all of them, you have this part that hold foods. You can disassemble, remove it because you need to wash it. Okay, continue. Neither microwave oven nor the glass tray requires Tevilah, since the food is always placed on a dish, right, and not on a tray itself. Okay, so I mean, that's it about this microwave. Do people put the food directly on this glass plate? I think I don't know. I never heard about it. I mean, of course you can put it. There is no problem. But sometimes when even if people put, for example, some challah to warm up, for example, they would put on a paper plate, right? Or a paper plate or paper napkin or like paper towel, something. Not directly on this dish. Okay, so meaning from microwave it will be safe, nothing to immerse. So next one, appliances that come into direct contact with food. Okay. A corn popper. Even hot air requires Tevilah. The corn kernels are popped in a metal container that are usually not removable. Okay. So I mean, we don't use the thing, but we got the idea. I mean, I think you can still unscrew it. In my mind, I mean, it was connected somehow. It's like made of separate parts. You cannot screw it, but we got the point. It requires Tevilah. Okay. The waffle maker requires Tevilah, since the butter is placed on the metal grid for sure, and the grid is covered completely with Teflon. It requires Tevilah without Brocha. Okay, so Teflon, like it is like a cast iron, right? So there is a waffle, waffle maker. But since this since this layer of Teflon, so make it make us so with the Tovel without blessing. Okay, but for sure we have to Tovel. Okay, so cord, we have to Tovel the whole cord. In order for this utensil to be completely immersed, maybe. I mean, there's nothing is going to happen to the cord. I think you can Tovel everything. Okay. Continue. Next one, hot water urn or coffee percolator required Tevilah since water comes into direct contact with metal. Right. So as I said before, it would be easier like to disassemble, assemble back, because sometimes it's huge, right? I mean, and then it has some electronics and some things, and then I mean, more like fancy schmancy one, right? And then you deep, what are you going to do? And even not necessarily. I think in Amazon, if somebody buys from Amazon and you search, you would see some of them. If you say Shabbos mode, right? You want to buy this this water urn. We say Shabbos mod, Sabbath mod, right? They if you find one, so for sure they was disassemble and assemble back. I don't want to say for sure, but check. Most likely, what I'm trying to say, most likely that you don't need to total it, most likely, but must check. Continue. Hot water. A coffee maker requires Tevilah. Okay, of course. Although the body is plastic, the water is heated by a metal electric heater element. Coffee maker required to. I'm not sure where is this. Oh, yeah. So this element is on the back. I remember like using many years ago. Like simple, like is a primitive one. So I mean, they're not primitive. Like I think it's like a simple one. So you put the water on the back, right, and then you put this like dish or whatever the container, right. You put the filter where the filter goes. It's like a plastic, but of course this this cup or whatever you the thing that to contain coffee you have to dip, because it's usually it's glass, and on the back you have this on the back where you put water. So that's the part that must also be inserted. So meaning you open like back and you have to immerse completely. I mean, unless you assemble back, right? Continue. There is an opinion among the authorities that a toaster does not require Tevilah, since the bread is perfectly edible without toasting. Most other authorities disagree and contend that the toaster is required Tevilah with Brocha. Okay, so let's see. So let's see from the beginning, and we see the commentary. There is an opinion among the authorities that a toaster does not require Tevilah, since the bread is perfectly edible without toaster. Okay, it says Igras Moshe Yorediyah 3:24. He maintains that toast is perfectly is essentially bread. The water urn, however, requires Tevilah, since the hot water is completely different entity from the cold water. The toast is essentially bread. Okay, so I mean, Igras Moshe said, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein said that you're not required to tovel the toaster, but I know the way I know everybody told the toaster. Most other authorities disagree and contend that the toaster requires Tevilah with Brocha. 110 is responsible Moshe, etc. Okay. Rav Shmuel Wozner. That's all. Okay, no problem. So the toaster, I mean, I did not know. I see it for the first time that Reb Moshe Zatzal, he said that no need to tovel. Why? Because technically it's edible. It's like you're warming up. But I think the toasted bread. I mean, we don't need this stuff. But I remember a long time ago at Shiur a few times. I like it. I think it's much tastier than regular bread. I think. Right, but technically, of course, it's edible. Okay. So preferably, so we should tovel it with a blessing. Okay. Continue. One-piece handheld immersion blender require one-piece handheld immersion blender with non-removable blades must be totally immersed in a mikveh. Totally is an underscore. So I mean, today they didn't do these things. I mean, you have to wash it. So how are you going to wash it? Like how you going to put it in a sink with the mortar, with everything attached, with the wire? It does not make sense. I mean, in olden days, I think it's very interesting to see. Maybe in the olden days that's how they did it. But today, first of all, when you buy this handheld, what is it? blender, right? Immersion blender, they have different attachments. So it's not only one like with a knife, but it's others. Like you can do. You can do the beat up eggs. You can do many things, creams, whatever. So we bought this. I think it's like the easiest, the cheapest solution for Pesach. I mean, we don't cook a lot for Pesach, but this one for sure like works out very well. Like it comes with 3 attachments, the best. It costs not a lot. It does not cost much and very effective, right? So, but everything is detachable there for sure. So we immerse only what these attachments. All right, and easy to wash. But I simply do not understand this thing how you can wash, right? Of course, it's immersible. So, for example, if you want to do a soup, you do puree from the soup. You make soup. So I mean, right? You completely immerse this thing. Of course, you have to wash it. So how can you wash it if it's attached to the mortar? Okay. Continue. The electric grill, George Foreman, required Tevilah. If the grill surface is Teflon coated, Tevilah should be done without the Brocha. George Foreman. We had it 30 years ago, so, right? Did not like it very much, but okay, but we got it. Okay, so I mean this grill, you have to, of course, you have to Tovel it. If Teflon coated, I think all of them should be Teflon coated. So Teflon makes it non-stick, right? So that's an advantage of the Teflon. So if it's sticky one, like who needs that? Okay. So all right. So I mean, if the Teflon without the blessing, but for sure this it can touches the food for sure. So next one, an electric sandwich maker requires Tevilah, of course. It is if the grilling surface is Teflon coated, a Teflon should be Tevilah should be done without the bracha. Okay, no problem. So I mean this sandwich maker. Have I ever seen the pictures? Don't. I think I saw. I don't. I cannot like remember right now. But like logically, it should be something very similar to this electric grill. Okay, electric sandwich maker. Right. So continue. Electric knife required Tevilah. The blades, if the blades are removable, only the blades are immersed, right? So the electric knives, usually the blades are removable, right? And so, for example, usually it comes with a multiple blades. So you can use, for example, when you purchase, you can set out one set of blades for use of Pesach. Right, and some for regular use. So since like this motor, this handle with the motor that has nothing to do with the food, there is no problem. You can use it for Pesach and during the year. Just make sure that you have separate attachments. That's it. Continue. Electric metal slicer, meat slicer. Sorry, required Tevilah. Since the blade is usually removable. Only the blade is immersed. Electric meat slicer required Tevilah. Since the blade is removed, but it's also the food also touches this thing of, I don't know, like that supports the meat. I'm not sure. He said only the what is it? The blade. Okay. Okay, no problem. So next one. Some authorities maintain that electric immersion. So I mean, the motor is all the mechanism you don't need to toggle. So that's our point. Okay. Some authorities maintain that electric immersion heater do not require Tevilah since it serves no function as a utensil. Right. It does not hold or contain any but merely warms the water. Someone who has maintained the electric immersion heater does not require Tevilah. I'm not sure why. Okay, I mean, still, I think you can Tovel just without blessing, and that's it. So even with wire, with everything. Okay. So quickly check time. 1 second. All right. So we stop here, and the next topic is going to be how to immerse electrical appliances. Okay. To be continued. Right, so let's take 5 minutes break and we continue with other topics. 5 minutes.